Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Karami. I am a biology teacher at Abhishek Coaching. Today I'll discuss the topic Protozoan for grade 9.
Let's talk about protozoa. What is protozoa? Protozoa are causative agent of different diseases, for example, malaria, amoebic dysentery, and sleeping sickness. But before talking about all of these diseases, let's talk about protozoa itself. What is protozoa exactly, and what are general characteristics of these protozoa? So protozoa are eukaryotic organisms whose body consists of a single cell. So they are at first eukaryotic and then they are unicellular organisms. So the most important thing about their structure and characteristics is their type of movement. And also we can classify them by their type of movement. So they may, their type of movement could be cilia, pseudopodia, and flagella. What is cilia? Cilia are like these blue things over here. You see, there are some something like short hair in blue color, so we call them cilia. And pseudopodia, pseudo means something which is not real, a real thing, and podia means legs. So, meaning of this word is unreal legs in this unicellular organism. Okay. And then the next organ of movement is flagella. Flagella, we'll see it in the next slide, okay? Now let's talk about subkingdom protozoa. Subkingdom protozoa. They may be free-living and parasitic parasites. They are in three different types in the nature. Type sarcoflagellate, which is divided into two different classes, class Sarcodium and class Flagellate. The example of class Sarcodium could be amoeba, and the example of class Flagellate is Euglena, Leishmania, Lamblia, and Trypanosomes. Type ciliates could be Paramecium caudatum, and type parasitic could be Plasmodium malariae. Now let's talk about general characteristics of protozoa, because as you understood, we have different protozoa in nature, parasitic, free-living. But to understand how they cause diseases, we have to understand what is their general characteristics, okay? So let's talk about general characteristics of all of those protozoa. Let's talk about motor and nutrition. Motor means movement. So how they move? As we said, they use flagella for movement. They can use flagella for movement, or they can use cilia for movement. Cilia is like we have some similar structure in our respiratory system. Cilia is like those structure in our lineage of our respiratory system. When we sneeze or cough, this cilia helps this mucus to go out of our respiratory system. So the function of cilia and somehow structure of cilia and protozoa is like this lineage in our respiratory system. And after that, the most important thing is pseudopodia. So pseudopodia, as you see in this picture, this is an protozoa, an amoeba, and here they are pseudopodia. Okay, as I said, pseudopodia are unreal legs. Means these legs are not real ones, and they are not always over there. Okay. Anytime this cell feel that it wants to move, so it starts to make this pseudopodia by the help of microfilaments and microtubules. Okay, I mean cytoskeletons, exactly. By the help of cytoskeleton, they start to make this pseudopodia, these legs, which are not real ones, and by the help of this pseudopodia, this cell can talking about nutrition in these unicellular organism. Nutrition using pseudopodia in amoeba, active filtration using cilia and flagella, and osmotically through the membrane. So nutrition happens exactly by those organs which these cells use for movement. So nutrition happens by those pseudopodia things, organs which are there, and also by using the cilia and flagella by the means of active filtration. Okay, and also using osmosis through the membrane, they can feed themselves. The simplest are taxes directed movement of cells toward or away from a stimulus. So talking about taxes, what is taxes? You know, in biology, we have this definition that taxes is movement of some organism, microorganism or organism, toward or from something, some stimulus. Okay. So taxes from the word we understand that it comes from taxi, from movement, and for example, if the protozoa or unicellular organism is in a place where there are some chemicals, for example, to kill those microorganisms, okay, or to kill those protozoa, they understand that this is adverse condition and it is dangerous for them, okay, and they understand it's a stimulus for them. That's why they try to escape from this condition and they use this taxis movement, okay, taxis movement, which is directed movement of cell toward or away from stimulus. Or they use this type of movement when there is food in the environment. So they use this taxis movement to go through that to go to that food and take their food which they want. Okay.